Welcome everybody to this awesome Google workshop training that we're doing today. I'm Monica Garza, Special Projects Coordinator here at the USHTC. We're really excited and thankful to Google for sponsoring these amazing Google trainings, and we're looking forward to hosting many more. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to kick off our workshop to Sixia Divine.
Hey everybody, welcome to our Grow with Google workshop. And I'm so excited to be able to share with you some tips and some tricks on how to get your business on Google. So my name is Sixia Divine, and I happen to be connected right now in the smallest state in the United States, Rhode Island, not Long Island. I know that a lot of people are like, excuse me, where you're connecting from. So anyway, I happen to be located in Rhode Island, and it's absolutely gorgeous outside. I mean, it could be warmer, but we're probably at about 65 degrees out, but the leaves are changing colors. And if you haven't been to the smallest state in the United States, y'all, me tienen que visitar. You have to come over and visit me sometime soon. All right, everybody. So again, our topic today is how to use YouTube to grow your business. And I know that folks are going to be connecting in from different parts of the United States. And we're probably going to have some folks coming in from Latin America. And we always get a very big crowd from Puerto Rico. Quickly, a little bit about myself and what I do. The whole purpose of these programs are to help you simplify the process and usefulness of technology. So all of the tips that I share, I've actually implemented into my own businesses. So I love the fact that folks are looking to grow and extend into different markets. They're looking to push their products and services, and using YouTube is probably one of the best ways. It's one of many ways to help create engagement. So this is what we're going to be talking about today. All right, so you can take a look at some of the businesses that I run, but again, my whole purpose is to help simplify the process. So on this topic, YouTube, check this out. If you're like me, you were probably on YouTube earlier today. I love understanding and learning about new products and services, but let's take a look at these really important numbers that say the following. So right now, there are more than 2 billion monthly users that watch 1 billion hours of video per day. I mean, that was me today. Anytime I'm looking to learn more about gardening, which I am not a gardener, or cooking, mi gente, a mí no me gusta cocinar. So that's not my thing. So I'm always on YouTube learning new tips and tricks on how to cook. And so not only that, but as it relates to consumers, more than 85% of viewers turn to YouTube for fresh content, okay? And not only that, as it relates to engagement, 70% of shoppers say that they purchased a brand after seeing it on YouTube. Why? Because we want to learn and understand whether or not that product and service is going to be useful for us. So let's take a look at today's agenda. But before I go through this, if you have any questions, if you have any tips, if you want to share your favorite salsa, merengue, cumbia, or even bachata in the chat area, you can go ahead and drop those comments in there. So right in the middle of the presentation, I'm going to be going to that area to make sure that I'm getting everybody's questions, okay? All right, so for today's agenda, the first thing I'm going to do is, and I'm going to walk you step by step, I'm going to show you how to create your YouTube channel, okay? From there, I'm going to show you how to add videos to your channel. And then we're briefly going to be talking about how to promote your business with video ads. And as always, we're going to do a quick recap, and then I'm going to share with you some additional resources. And by the way, within this video, you're also going to be getting the full PDF version of this. So then that way you can take a look at some of the content that we're going to be reviewing. And it's also going to be video recorded. All right, so to get started, let's talk about how to create your YouTube channel. The first step in working with any Google products is to sign in with your username, okay? So your username is your email. It's your Google email. Now, here's a pro tip, okay? Make sure that the email you are using is connected to the email that is connected to your business, okay? Here's another pro tip, okay? Many folks who have been using YouTube before they launch their business, at times they create their YouTube channel with their personal account. What I want you to do is I want to make sure that you're creating a branded account, okay? If you don't know what a branded account looks like, don't worry about it. You can simply Google it. So I want you to Google how to create a branded YouTube account, okay? So once you do that, then I want you to sign into your account. Now, the reason why I like to share these details is because when you're growing your personal account, and let's say that you get to the point where you have over 200-300 subscribers and you're ready to, let's say, move on or perhaps sell your channel, you're not able to do that with your personal account. However, when you are working with a branded account, you are able to do that, okay? So that's the biggest difference between the two, okay? So the first step is for you to sign in with your email address and your password, okay? Then from there, this is where YouTube is going to be asking you some questions, okay? So again, throughout this whole presentation, I'm going to be giving you a ton of pro tips. So you see here where it says create a channel, okay? You're going to click that. And after you click that, you're going to be prompted to upload some creative art, okay? You don't have to upload your logo or your banner just yet. But what I want you to do is I want you to add in the text first and the content, okay? So you're going to click here where it says create a channel. Then from there, you see where it says customize a channel. I want you to skip that for now. And then here where it says upload a video, there are different ways that we can upload videos, okay? So the two major ways are number one, to save your video on your computer, and number two, to upload your video on the YouTube app, okay? A lot of the times when I'm recording videos, my phone has a really awesome camera that I can use. So it's really easy for me to use that platform. And so after I upload the video on my YouTube application, then I sign into my desktop. And then on that platform, it's really easy for me to make any edits or to add music or to add additional content. So I'm going to show you how to do that in just a little while. But for now, this is where these details live. So how to customize your channel with artwork and then how to upload videos. But we're going to skip that. Then from here, this is where we get to the YouTube studio. So this is the home of your channel. So here you can customize the layout, you can create and manage playlists, which I'm going to highlight in just a little while. And then you can add subtitles, you can check out the analytics, like how many people have viewed your video, for how long, and you can also take a look at other different kinds of data that will help you promote your video moving forward, okay? Now, when we talk about managing playlists, there's one thing that I like to highlight. For a lot of the videos that I do a lot of them in English and many of them in Spanish. So I have one channel, but I segmentize my videos, which makes it really easy for folks who are interested in learning in English to look at those videos in English, and then other folks that are interested in learning in Spanish, they could take advantage and they could learn in Spanish, okay? And sometimes, y'all, I rock the Spanglish, we do a little bit of English and a little bit of Spanish. The point is getting the word across or getting the details across to your audience in a way that is engaging for them and easy for them to find, okay? So now within the YouTube studio, we have something that is called a video spotlight. A video spotlight is like the commercial of your channel. So in this platform, you have the ability to let people know what they're going to be getting within your YouTube channel. So whether you're going to be inspiring them with content, whether you're going to be educating them with how to grow a business, or perhaps you're going to be showing them how to do different things. So it's almost like a teaser to let people know what they're going to be getting. So this feature was actually added probably about, I want to say a few years ago, okay? But I feel like a lot of folks, they don't take advantage of this. So creating a video spotlight would really help people understand what your channel is about and whether or not they want to subscribe. Then here where it says featured section, this is where you can feature your most popular videos or perhaps the videos that you believe identify or create more engagement within your channel. So you can go here and you could change the videos depending on how many different kinds of videos you would like to share. So in this featured section, I always like to change the featured section every 3 to 6 months, okay? All right, so now let's move on. So within the branded your channel platform, so again, we're still looking at the YouTube studio. This is where we can upload our profile picture, which if you are the protagonist of your YouTube channel, then that photo should be of you, or that profile picture should be you. Or perhaps the protagonist happens to be, I don't know, maybe a journal that you're looking to sell. So, and then if that is the protagonist, so the reason why I said journal is because I always have a notebook next to me whenever I have some ideas or anything like that. So let's say, again, the example I was using, if you are talking about journals and the power of journaling, perhaps that profile picture is of the product that you are going to be talking about as an example. Then here where it says banner image, this is where you're going to upload your creative artwork, okay? I get a lot of questions on creating profile pictures and banner images. A platform that I like to use to help me create my art is called Canva, and it's spelled Canva, okay? Take a look at that platform. It's great. There's a free platform that you can use, and then there's also a paid one. Anything and everything that I share is always free, right? Because you really want to take advantage of all of those platforms that help you create beautiful art. And so all of this, obviously, it is a reflection of your business, and you really want to optimize your branding, especially with your profile pictures and banner images. Another pro tip for everybody is when you're creating your profile picture, make sure you save the profile picture with the name of your YouTube channel. Okay, so you want to make sure you have that, because that's going to help with optimization. And you want to do the same thing when you're creating your banner image. Okay, so you want to save that banner image with the name of your YouTube channel, or perhaps the name of your business. So, and then that way it could help with optimization. All right, so let's move on. Again, if you have any questions for me, if you want to share any details or any tips in the chat area, go ahead and drop those there. All right, everybody. So now in this area, when YouTube is asking you for the channel name and description, this is where you're going to use keywords to describe your channel, okay? There's many platforms that you can use to help identify what those keywords are. So a platform that I love using is called Google Trends, okay? So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're highlighting a lot of those phrases and a lot of those keywords and adding those to the description of the channel. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize my screen real quick, and I'm going to go to the chat area. So, and then that way I can share those details. So in the chat platform, I am going to go ahead and type in here Google Trends, okay? GoogleTrends.com, okay? So check that out. It gives you some details, like I said, on what keywords are trending as relates to your industry and the products and services, because you really want to be specific as you create the description, okay? And then here, where it says channel URL and links and contact information. So a lot of folks don't know that they can change here this code. So if you don't change the name of your channel, YouTube typically leaves this code, which is, it's compiled of a bunch of different letters, but you can go ahead and you can change the name to the name of your channel or the name of your business. So, and then that way it could add to your branding. So you want to go ahead and you want to make those changes. In case the name of the channel is already taken, you might, obviously you're going to want to find something that is closer to the name of your business. But I would recommend that you come here and you change the channel URL. So then that way it could help again with branding and with optimization. Okay, so now let's move here. So let's take a look at what a customized channel looks like, okay? Here we have this person who is the protagonist of his channel, and the name of his business is called DIY Creators. I love that name. So here you have, this person is in the middle of the banner image, and then you have here the profile picture. So as I mentioned, this person is the protagonist, okay? So there's a picture of them. And then here in the profile picture on top of it, check this out. It has the name of the channel, which is called DIY Creators. So that's it's very smart of this person who is looking to expand their brand. And not only that, they have a video spotlight. So within the video spotlight, they have the title, and then they also have more details about the video. So they can take a look at that. They can click the video before they join in as a subscriber. So this is very creative, and I love the colors, and I love the fact that he's highlighting himself. So again, this platform right here might have been created, or the art might have been created in a platform like Canva. And not only that, when folks are taking a look at this YouTube channel, check this out. So as you could see here, there's a website link that visitors can go to, and then you have social media handles right here that people could click on. So then that way they could follow you on Instagram. We also have a Facebook link right there. And I believe that you also have the opportunity to add your WhatsApp button. So there you go. And then here, again, we're still looking at the studio and back of YouTube. This is what an organized channel looks like, okay? So as an example, we have videos that are grouped in sections. In this example, we have DIY build and furniture, and then we have here where it simply says concrete. So this person has two different segments for the videos. Now, again, as I mentioned to you before, if your audience happens to both speak English and Spanish, then perhaps you want to segmentize your videos where you have a section of videos that are only in English and then another section of videos that are in Spanish. And perhaps if you want to, you can rock Spanglish. So you can have a third section where perhaps you're speaking in both English and Spanish. So I do that a lot when we're doing our presentations in English, and then, we want to have a little bit in Spanish. We also have a little bit of videos where we start off dancing a little bit of merengue, salsa, cumbia, bachata, what have you. So anyway, it depends who your audience is and who you are trying to serve. There are audiences which are very similar, but the content and the language are going to be different because of the engagement that you are looking to create with each segment. So keep that in mind as you're creating your videos. Okay, so now let's take a look at how to create and add videos to your channel. And then from there, I'm going to see if anybody has any questions up to now. So let's dive right in. Okay. So I always like to share this screen, which says that, and this is, I can attest to this. So about 12 years ago, we didn't have the opportunity to create our own content, our own details. So then that way we can engage our audiences, okay? And when I speak about content comes in three forms. Content is video, content is text, and content is photos, okay? So there are three different ways that we can identify content. But years and years ago, we had to go to a director's studio. We had to make sure that our content, was tight, make sure that it was connecting with our audiences. And now, everybody, if you have a smartphone, you are able to create your own content, okay? Now, the question is, content is able to engage people, but are you creating the right content, speaking to the correct audience that you are trying to engage, okay? So let's talk about some video concepts. I love this part because a lot of the times we know and understand the power of YouTube. I mean, we just talked about that there are billions of people that are connected today. But the question is, how can you get your potential consumers to connect with you, okay? And so here are some video concepts to help you get started, okay? This first question is, what story do you want to tell? Perhaps you are the story, like I said before. Maybe you are the protagonist of your video, or maybe it's a product or a service that you're looking to share. This next question is, what is the purpose of the video? Are you trying to educate? Beautiful, fantastic. Are you trying to inspire? People love inspiration. Or are you trying to educate? So what is it that you are trying to do? What is the purpose of this video that you are trying to compile? And as I mentioned to you before, who is the star of the video? But putting together all of these details and creating a story that is compelling, that is quick, that is short, will really help you to engage your audience. So you can start off by asking yourselves some really, really good questions. So in that way, you can get some of that content written down. And from there, you can create some of the details you need for a strong and engaging video. Okay. So let us move on here and let's talk about story types, okay? So if you're looking to create a business story, check this out, okay? As it relates to length, okay, the recommended length is between 30 and 60 seconds. So very, very quick, okay? So here are some tips if you are looking to create a business story, okay? So you can talk about who you are or what the business is, okay? What you do or what the business does and why you do it. Okay, I would probably even start off with the why question. Okay, so why do you do it, or why does your business run? Okay, it's a really short question that can have a profound impact on the kind of content that you are looking to create. Okay, so start off with that. Now, check this out. Remember, it's only 30 to 60 seconds for this kind of video. Now, this next kind of video is called a product or service story, where the recommended length, mi gente, okay, 15 to 30 seconds. So, which is even shorter than the business story. So in this kind of service story, what you're going to do is you're going to explain the benefits of your product. You're going to get into the details of how it works, and you're going to cover all of the problems it addresses. Okay. So here you have the seconds for you to share this video, okay, it's very limited, which is why the content and some of the words or the description of the product and service is going to be very, very targeted, okay? So there you go. And then now for the promotional story, okay, the recommended length is the same as the product or service, which is about 15 to 30 seconds. So for any special deals or timely information you want the viewers to know about, okay, you want to make sure that you're sharing it in a way that's quick, and always add the promotion at the top of the story. So the first thing you might want to do is to let them know what kind of coupon, what kind of special, what kind of sale you're offering at the beginning of the video, okay? So for this promotional story, a lot of folks, they like to really share details about buying their product or service, but you really want to let your followers get up to a certain comfortable point where they've established a relationship with who you are, who the business is. They feel really excited about buying your product, instead of them just buying the product, or perhaps feeling that you're sharing too much information on selling. So it's not about pushing, it's about pulling, it's about engagement, offering information, education that is useful to them, okay? So again, these are the 3 types of stories that you want to add to your YouTube strategy to get started. And I'm going to be giving you some other resources too at the end of this workshop. So, and then that way you can have more details for you to read for your reference, okay? All right, so now let's move on here. There we go. Fantastic. So here are some best practices that we like to share, okay? Always share a clear, concise message, and it should be at the beginning of your talk, okay, or your video, making a strong impression in the first 5 to 15 seconds. Why? Because if not, then folks, within the first 5 seconds, they're going to determine whether or not they're going to stay for the whole length of your video. So you want to be creative and engaging. One thing I like to do is, if I'm in the middle of creating a new video series, I like to identify what my favorite 3 videos are and why I like them. So as part of this practice, you might want to highlight some of the people that you follow or the products and services, and highlight why you like them, because I think that you'll get a lot of information as it relates to what is engaging to you, and then what is engaging to your audience, okay? Because at the end of the day, when we're creating these videos, you're not creating them for you. You are creating them for your audience, okay? And then the other point that I also like to make as you're going through these best practices, think about the solution that you are looking to solve. So as entrepreneurs and as business people that are looking to engage with new customers, with new communities, with new companies, the question is, How can I be of service? And what problem am I solving? Okay. All right. So now for this final best practice tips, deliver a compelling call to action or timely offer at the beginning. So I mentioned that already, but these are elements which should be part of your video. Now, let's talk about some common production techniques. Okay. So there are 8 common techniques. So this first one is a selfie, okay, which is how you're taking, and I'm picking up my mobile device because we have a lot of solopreneurs, we have a lot of influencers that have been very successful in taking solo videos. So that is one way for you to create a video. Another way is for you, or a combination, you could also use a combination of these. So we're just giving the names of the different common techniques, okay? So there's a backdrop where you have a green screen and you could instill different images behind. If you are the person who's speaking, you can change your background. Or you could also do a voiceover, or you could do a drop down, which is a creative type of video where you take a video from the top down. You could do a point and shoot, which is typically for artists that love different ways of sharing video and photos. Or you can do an in-action video, which is more common with people that are in the sports industry, or dancers, or people that are using their hands, okay? Again, using creativity and understanding who your target market is really going to help you identify the best techniques that are great for you. And then we have this other technique, which is told with text. And then of course we have animation. Okay. So these are the common techniques. Again, I would identify who your target audience is. Once you identify your target audience, you might want to use a variation of these. And then from there, you might want to test it. But if you go to this address, which is youtube.com/ads, and then video creation tips, you can get some ideas on what you can do. Okay, so there you have that. All right, so now let's take a look at some tips for shooting your video. Number one, taking a look at space, okay? This one here, if you are the protagonist of the videos that you are going to be creating, make sure that your space is free of clutter. In other words, like my mother likes to say, limpia ese reguero. Clean up that mess, okay? So you want to make sure that if you are going to be front and center of your video, then it's free of space and clutter. As an example, right now, there's nothing behind me. I just have, one photo there because I do a lot of artwork. I have a table that you can't see, but it just focuses the video seer, the person who is watching your video, to focus on you and the content. So think visually, show your logo in the workplace. So in the YouTube studio, you have the ability to upload your logo. Make sure you do that. I always like to upload my logo when I'm doing different videos on the left-hand side. So right now, my hands are on the right-hand side, but it's showing up on the left-hand side because of the video, because of the camera that I am using. Now check this out. Today I'm sporting my Google t-shirt because I am representing Google. So here I have my logo and people could see it, okay? The second thing is lighting. If you have the opportunity, get in front of a window, okay? Right now, I happen to be in front of a window and I also have an extra light, okay? So I have, and in just a little while, I'm gonna show you what that looks like, okay? I'm not gonna take it away, but I'm just gonna switch my computer so then that way you can take a look. But this is called a halo lamp or a beauty round lamp. There are different ones that you can purchase on different platforms, and you can connect those lights to your computer if you are using your computer to video record. Or you can also buy others that connect to your mobile device. And if you're doing a selfie or if you're using your mobile device to record, you can attach that extra light to your camera, okay? Look for shadows, okay? I'm just gonna show you right now, I'm just gonna turn my camera around, which by the way, it'll give you a little highlight of what it looks like in New England with the changing colors. But this here, this is what we call a halo lamp, okay? Or a beauty lamp. And then as you can see here, I always have water and I have a special microphone, which I'll talk about in just 1 minute, okay? So there we go. We got a little show and tell for everybody. Okay, so this next conversation piece is about sound, okay? listening to this space, especially if you're a video recording, let's say an educational a video or anything that has to do with people focusing on your voice, being sure that you're heard clearly and not muffled is going to be important. A lot of folks ask me what microphone I use. I have different ones for different occasions. So the one that I'm using today is called the Blue Yeti. Okay, so this is, and you could take a look at it. What you might want to do is you might want to read about the reviews, etc. So I have a Blue Yeti. There's also another one that I like to use, and it's called an Audio Technica. But for this presentation, this is the one that I am using, okay? Now, the third point as it relates to sound, and this is going to come with practice, is if you are sharing details, or again, if you are the protagonist, make sure that you have the confidence, and this comes again with practice. And the way that you gain confidence is by understanding the content. So when I first started doing many of the videos, I was pretending that I was speaking to my best friend or my son. So I'm looking at them and I'm understanding, the topic, and I have the content down pat, but I am feeling in my mind's eye that I am speaking to somebody who appreciates me and who's really interested in knowing what I have. So again, that comes with practice. So those are the tips for space, lighting, and sound. Okay, let's move on. And then I'm going to be taking a look at any questions that you might have. Now, almost on that same topic is the need for music or effects. Okay, for some videos, I like to share a lot of Latin tunes. Okay, now within the library, within the audio library in the YouTube studio, you can use all of the videos on there for free, all of the sound videos, all of the audio videos for free, which is a huge benefit. Now, one of my favorite artists is Juan Luis Guerra, and I love Mili Quesada, and I love Romeo Santos. But in order for me to use their music, number one, I have to get permission from them, okay? And sometimes, that could take really long, and you're not really sure what the outcome is going to be. And another point is, if you add those videos without permission, YouTube will probably send you a message saying that they're not able to share your video because it has music that is copywritten. Okay, so using the sound in the audio library might save you some time. Okay, and by the way, they do have some really good Latin tunes if that's the kind of music you want to add. And another thing is people or viewers are there for you. They're there for your product. They're there to engage, although music can add a little bit of that artistic element. Okay, all right, so there you have that. Now, where it says in this area, when we're ready to add videos to your channels, at the beginning of the presentation, I said that there were two ways, okay? So the first way is to upload your video using your computer. So here we have a little icon with a little plus sign, and it says upload videos. Now, if you have your video saved on your computer, fantastic. Another way for you to share your videos is if you're using your mobile device, you might want to save that video in your Google Drive. Then when you come here where it says upload your videos, you can connect to your Google Drive, and then you can upload your videos from your phone right onto your computer. Okay, so this is where you're going to be uploading your videos. Okay, so now let's move on. Now in this area, this is where you're going to be adding video details. Okay, you're going to add the title. Now here's another pro tip. Within the title of the video, you are going to be adding keywords. Keywords are going to help with optimization. So whatever keyword your audience is using to find your product and service, you're going to add right there where it says video. And you're going to do the same thing where it says description. Now you see here where it says thumbnail. Thumbnail is the photo that shows up before the person clicks on the video. So what you want to do is you want to add the title of the video right on the thumbnail. And if you use Canva, Canva already has templates where you can create your YouTube video thumbnail, okay, in a beautiful way. It's branded, you can add your logos, and then that way you can add branding, and then people could see what your video is about right on the first page. Okay, so that is called thumbnail. And if you don't add a thumbnail, it's not required. What happens is YouTube will probably pick whatever photo they feel best matches your video. Okay, so you want to stay ahead of the game. And of course, we are here to grow and learn. You want to make sure that you have the title and, again, the logo of your company on the thumbnail. All right, so now let's move on. Where it says adding subtitles, this is if you choose to add subtitles, you can go ahead and add that. Where it says end screen, this is where you're able to promote related content or related videos. So you can go ahead and identify what video you want to come after the video that this person has just seen. Now, video cards are related to links that you can add. So any actionable links that you want to add to the video, you can go ahead and you can select cards. And then from there, you're going to hit next. Then what happens is that YouTube does a quick video check. So they make sure that everything looks good, no issues are found with uploading your video. If there is an issue found, then YouTube will notify you. And this here, the upload of the video, depending on the length, will take a few minutes, okay? So a lot of the workshops that I do, if it's a full hour, it'll probably take about 20 minutes for that video to upload, okay? So just to give you an idea, if you are running workshops, which is very different than uploading a video reel or, a shorter kind of video, like a story or a promotion, if it's a shorter video, then obviously it's gonna upload much, much faster. Okay, so here where it says the video visibility, you get to decide, okay, how you want your video to be seen. So let's just say that you're creating a series of videos, okay? And you only want people that have the link to see this video. You can select the option where it says private. You can also select the option that says unlisted, which says anyone with a video link can watch your video. But anyone with a video link that you send the link to can watch it. If you select the private feature, then you can select the person, okay, the person's email. So then that way that person could privately see that video. Now, if you want it to be public, where you want people who are searching for your products and services, if you want it to be out there for promotion, then you're going to select the option where it says public. Then you also have the option to schedule. So let's say you're on fire. You're like, yep, it's nice out. I'm in front of a window. I got my light. I got my sound. I got my logo. I'm ready to rock. Let's say that you're pushing out 4 or 5 videos. What you want to do is you want to schedule them depending on when your audience is looking at your videos most of the time. So this is where you're going to go back into your YouTube studio and you're going to take a look at the analytics and the data. So you want to schedule your videos that way. And another way for you to schedule videos, if you have a series happening, perhaps it's every Tuesday at 12 o'clock for 6 weeks. You're sending out special videos and it's a program that you are promoting, then you are scheduling it that way, okay? So taking a look at what works best for you is going to help with optimization of your videos. Now, after you've uploaded your videos, you have the content, everything looks good, the branding. Now it's time for you to share your video on different social media platforms, okay? So you have here the opportunity to share it on WhatsApp. I know I have, when I do work within Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico, I love using WhatsApp to let my folks know, my audience know, what's happening. And if I have a new video, I typically use WhatsApp, okay? You can also share this on Facebook, Twitter, email, and on different social media sharing platforms. You can copy it. You can also text it to people to let people know that you have this new video that has come out. So you have different ways. So that way you can cross-market the video that you are looking to push out there. Now, let's see, before we jump into shorts, just real quick, I'm just going to, let me stop sharing to see if we have any questions right now. Let's see, I'm going to go into chats. Monica, do we have any questions from the audience?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we have a question from Juan asking about, he doesn't have a budget for any fancy production. What would you recommend as far as materials that are budget friendly or free?
Juan, that's a great question. First of all, congratulations on taking the step on creating a video. I would say that before you even get started, it's understanding what your audience is looking for, because believe it or not, a lot of the things that are at our fingertips, we're able to really use our creativity in a way that helps to engage our audience. So even before I think about my budget, first I have to think about, okay, well, what is the age of the community that I'm trying to reach? What are their problems? What are their needs? And then from there, then I could think creatively and I could say, you know what, even though I don't have the best camera on my phone, I do have a computer and that computer has a different camera. So let me see what I could do there. Now, it also depends on whether or not, Juan, if you are the protagonist of your business. Okay. So I think it's really identifying how you can speak to your audience and also how you can be of service to them. So if you are helping them with a problem, if you are adding inspiration, with inspiration, there's also a level of authenticity. I think that within many of the YouTube videos, we've seen folks that are very sincere in the way that they're sharing content, and they gain lots of followers based on those details. So Juan, congratulations. I think that, again, before you even think about the budget, thinking about your audience will come first. Then from there, you can figure out what advertising campaigns you can go ahead and use. And I just showed you right now how to upload a video and how to cross market for free. So you might not really need a budget. The thing that you will have to think about is the time that you are going to be spending. So I'd probably say, Juan, budget your time. Like we say in Spanish, el tiempo es oro. All right. Do we have another question there?
Yes, we have a question from Eva asking about, she's asking to do shorts. What are those more recommended for younger audiences, or are they good for older audiences, as well as is using hashtags still really helpful to pushing your video?
I love that. I love that you're thinking about doing shorts and using hashtags. Again, who's your audience? Okay. And it also depends on your product and service. I would go ahead and after I got my YouTube channel up and running, I would play with the shorts. But even before I'd start sending out the shorts, I would see what my competitors are doing. I would see what complementary businesses are doing. So, and then that way I could be prepared to engage my audience. Okay. So the shorts are very, very similar to, I'm going to compare it to, TikToks, and we're going to be talking about the shorts right now. And there's also a link that you can go to learn more, but you could take a look at that. When you do create the shorts, adding keywords are also going to be beneficial. Now with shorts, you're going to add a quick description, and it's not necessarily a hashtag, but it is keywords. Okay. So I love all of these questions that we're getting in. What we're going to do is I'm going to continue here on our presentation. So, and then that way we can make sure that all of our questions are being answered. Now, as it relates to shorts, okay, as we just talked about a little while ago, so that question came in, super timely. So the shorts are about 60 seconds or less, okay? And you use nothing but your phone, but you do have the ability to add content, okay? So here in this link within the presentation, you could learn more about shorts and how to get started, okay? So the number one ingredient to creating a short is to have a smartphone, okay? I don't believe flip phones will do for shorts, so you will have to have a smartphone to do that. Okay, so now let's move on. Oh, here's another, this is great for everybody who's listening in right now. This is called the Creator Academy on YouTube, which is a series of recorded short videos to help you push your YouTube channel out, which is fantastic. So you can take a look at that. It's creatoracademy.youtube.com. We're not finished because we still have more details, okay? Now for this last part of this session, we're going to be talking about how to promote your business with video ads. Now, the first part of the presentation that I gave you was free. Okay, there's a phrase I love using in the business world, and it goes like this: whatever is free is for me. So even before you start thinking about creating paid video advertising campaigns, create content and see how that goes. Analyze your data, see how people are responding, see how many subscribers you have. And then from there, you could start working on video ads or creating video ad campaigns, okay? So to get started, you can come here to youtube.com/ads. When you get to this address, again, make sure you're signed in with the email address that is connected to your business account. Okay, a lot of the times, if you're connected to your personal account, then you're going to be creating a campaign that is connected to your personal account. Then you'll have to sign out and then start all over again. Okay, so that's going to be your first step. Then from there, these are the different kinds of advertising campaigns that you can create. So fundamentally, there's 3 types, okay? So there's a bite-size ad, which is, it's actually one of the most popular advertising campaigns, which is 6 seconds, okay? And then there's a snack ad, which is 15 to 20 seconds, okay, which is a little bit longer. And you can advance so you don't have to see the full ad. And then there's something called a meal ad, which is about 30 plus seconds. So let's take a look at, examples of these ads. This right here, this is one of the most popular videos, and viewers say that they're twice as more likely to buy something that they saw on YouTube with this quick ad. Okay, so if we take a look at it, I know the sound isn't on, but this is a mobile campaign, okay? It's a mobile from Xfinity, and it's somebody dropping a ball in a basket. It's not about basketball whatsoever, but immediately it talks about, what it highlights. And this here is probably one of the most popular campaigns, okay? So for this next campaign, this is what we call a skippable in-stream ad campaign. So okay, this is after 5 seconds, the viewer has the ability to skip. So you only pay if the viewer watches 30 seconds or up until the end of the ad. So if I'm looking at this ad and I'm like, no, I'm going to skip this, YouTube is not going to charge me. YouTube is only going to charge the owner of this ad campaign if they watch more than 5 seconds. So that's something to keep in mind. And not only that, if we see this advertising campaign, we have the name of the business, right? And it has here a card or a link that says subscribe now, you could watch later, or you can share, okay? And the thumbnail is beautiful. So the thumbnail, this is like an interior design business. It is a picture of what they do. Now, with campaign banners, this is an added slide that I wanted to share with you. So these are offered at no charge when you run a skippable ads. Now, this is a skippable ad right here. If you run that kind of campaign, you also get a little added bonus where your logo shows up on the right-hand side, okay? So and then that way you have more viewership. So there you have those details, okay? So now let me just take a look at the time, Monica. I mean, it is flying by. Let's take a look at some resources and do a quick recap, because I know that a lot of the topics that we talked about are fundamental. However, they are so important to help create a strong video channel. So the next step is, as you're creating your content, once you have the content written and the text and your audience together, it's time for you to create your channel. Your channel should reflect your brand. It should have strong art. It should have your logo, etc. So that's going to be the first step, and we showed you how to do that. The second step is to create and upload your video, okay? And you can always edit, you can always stop, and you can always take down your videos. And then, of course, it's exploring additional resources. We are here to learn, we're here to grow. And even if your first video isn't great, perhaps your second one will be, okay? We have here, if you're interested, you can work with a trained or trusted creative partner on ads and making videos. We have this link here for you if you are interested in connecting with a partner. And then we also have a platform where if you go to youtube.com YouTube.com/grow with Google, there's a series of workshops that you can take advantage of online. Okay, so they're quick videos on how to grow your skills and also how to grow your career. Okay, so and it's every Thursday they drop a new video. We also have Google career certificates as well on data analytics, which will help. Any of these career certificates, they're an advantage for you to add to your resume or to your CV. You don't have to have any experience. You could learn at your own pace because they're all recorded. You can stand out in front of employers if you're in the middle of a transition. I know that many folks, when we offer these, they add these right to their LinkedIn accounts. And then it's also an opportunity for you to apply to in-demand jobs, which are, many of them are within the technology field. And not only that, I'm also going to say this, because you are also bilingual, I think that there's also an opportunity for you to use those skills, okay? For you to expand into different markets. And if you are in the field of education, it's also another way for you to help empower the communities that we are serving and engaging with different markets. So let's see, we are at the end of this session. We probably have time for another question, but we do like to remind people that these Grow with Google workshops are made possible because of our partners like the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and other partners. So we work with universities, with nonprofits, with schools, with business organizations, with chambers, and with SCORE. Y nosotros hablamos español and a little bit of Spanglish too. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop my share on my screen and see if Monica has any questions from our group.
Yes, one last question. This question came in from Marta. She's asking, what would you recommend as a first step to monetize your YouTube channel? Make your YouTube videos work for you.
Listen, Monica, that is awesome. Marta, I love that question. Te felicito, because that is something that we have to add to our business growth strategy. Now, in order for YouTube to help monetize your video, you do have to have over 1,000 subscribers. So I'm glad that you asked that question. So in order for you to start making money on your YouTube channel, you do have to work at getting engaging content. So then that way you can get more subscribers to follow you, to comment on the great work that you're doing. And then after you get to that point, then the monetization starts to come in. But that's an awesome question, Marta. So I hope that, whatever videos you are making, let us know. We'd love to take a look at them to see how you're doing.
Yes, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Sixia. This was an amazing presentation. I learned a lot. I was just watching YouTube beforehand. I was learning how to bake a cake. So it comes in handy for sure. I want to thank you again for the great presentation. If anybody has any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me. I would gladly connect you with Sixia if you want to follow up. Additionally, this video will be available on our YouTube channel for 2 weeks. So if you want to watch it again and take some notes again and take those links for those resources, it's a great opportunity for you to rewatch it and get that information. Lastly, I just want to say, just again, thank you to our partners at Google for offering these trainings that we've been doing monthly. If you are interested in getting more information, or if you wanted to watch this in Spanish, feel free to reach out to us and we can definitely get together. We'll bring Sixia back on and we'll do another presentation for y'all. How does that sound?
Awesome. Thank you so much for everything that you do and for helping our communities. So let us continue to learn in both English and Spanish and Spanglish. And maybe for our next session, maybe we'll put a little bit of merengue, merenguito, una bachata, una cumbia, whatever you guys want. We'd love to hear the kind of music that you love to listen to. So that way we'll put it at the beginning of our workshops. Thank you so much, Monica. Take care. And we look forward to seeing you next month. Ciao.
Likewise. Thank you, everybody. Bye.